tuned into the show
that informs, improves, and inspires racers everywhere.
The Northwest Race Report. The Northwest Race Report, brought to you in part by True Tech Automotive, Vancouver, Washington, home of the In the Family Racer Discount, and by Scott Seal Coat and Striping. For over 25 years, whether it's sealing or striping, you can count on Scott's. And by Product41.com. The Northwest Race Report is heard exclusively at TerryBridgesRacing.com. And now back to your horsepower and performance hosts, Terry Bridges, Glenn Tower, and Jeff Eden. Oh, what is going on, racers? Welcome to another edition of the Northwest Race Report. I'm your horsepower and performance host, Terry Bridges, and in the studio with moi is none other than Mr. Glenn Lippy Tower. What's going on, Lippy?
It's all good in the hood today.
And the loader, back from knee surgery.
Should have seen him go up the stairs. He actually had some...
Yeah, I know. He was dancing, so I don't want to hear anything about, oh, yeah, my
spunk.
knees are aching and hurting. No, the loader's back. What's up, man?
Oh, I'm getting bored. I'll be honest with you. This sitting at home crap. I even made a trip down to the rock crushing place today just to visit.
Oh, you did?
So
He's kicking rocks around.
Wow.
yeah, they have me kicking them out the gate probably.
Well, we're a little bit late. Apologize for that, but we're trying to hook it up. Our guest, our Blue Line Graphics in the Seat live guest tonight is going to be Mr. Terry Lawrence. He finished third at Supernats 21
Nice.
in S4 Masters. Now, there'll be some that say, oh, S4 Masters. There were some tough Jose's in there. Some real tough Jose. Former champions and stuff. So just because it's Masters doesn't mean it's junk.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Don't cut short the old guy. Come on. Not that he's old.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on now.
It is a senior class, but still, come on. Yeah. We got plenty of spunk in our step.
Yes, we do. And so how's everybody's week been so far?
Been really good. I'd like to do something right here. Queen Bee just put an update about her wing.
The broken one.
The broken one. The wing, the brake has not shifted, which is good, but there is more separation, which isn't great. She's been recasted and is happy that she can move her elbow. She'll be in this cast for 4 weeks and then splint for another week. During the last week, she'll end up with a CT scan to show where she's at and whether or not she needs surgery. So keep her in your prayers, people.
Yeah, there you go. Good to hear progress.
For sure. Queen Bee getting it done. Man, it's been a lot. I guess, I had this weekend I kind of took off. I hung out with the wife.
Good for you.
We went and we didn't really do a whole lot, but we went out a little bit on Sunday and went messing around at Walmart, picked up some Christmas gifts. You know how it is. Mm-hmm. And we came back, and where'd we go? We had.
You didn't have to get me anything. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry, I didn't. We had we had dinner, and so yeah, it was all good. I didn't hear much. I kept thinking, boy, Double M, but I understand he got second down there, so that's pretty cool. But we got some results here from Salem. You said something about Cully's deal over there.
Yeah.
Again, we gotta shout this out so everybody knows. We need you to send us that info. You can send it to nwrrshow@gmail.com. Or, Lippy, what's your email?
Mine's Lippy, Lippi, at 6869 yahoo.com.
And Jeff, what's yours?
It is daddyman1975 at yahoo.com.
So we'll post those up, but you need to send us these results because a lot of times we don't know.
Well, that over there, what they've been doing is just nothing but practicing on that track. They're just practicing all they're doing.
Okay, so no
race results.
You said there were some results, so I'm not sure what that was, but
No, I was talking about the Supernats.
Oh. But we didn't want to forget anybody. We didn't want to, we don't want anybody thinking we don't care about them.
Yes.
Because we do. It's just, boy, there is so much going on out there that it's hard to get everything and get it all scooped up. If we go searching, I mean, it could be easily a couple days by trying to find everything. So I will make sure that we post those tonight for sure on Facebook, and then that way you guys have a place to send your results. Who is P1 on the chat line?
Mr. Sausage.
Again.
They started without us today. Man, oh man.
Brent Myers second, Dan Watkins third, Renee Angel fourth, Scott Keeney in the fifth spot, Joe Ransom is there.
From Green River, Wyoming.
Midnight Motorsports is here, Chris Worley. And let's see, Kelso's in the house. Boy, Kelso been going through some changes, hadn't he?
Yeah,
He had to deal with his computer. What a bummer.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bummer. I sent him a package. Hopefully it shows up pretty soon to put a little smile on his face.
Yeah, and you guys, a big shout out to Brian Rushing. Man, a lot of stuff going on in his life, so I'm sure he could use some prayers. Lippy probably knows a little bit more than I do. I haven't talked to him much, but I guess he lost his job and his kid's suing him now and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, there's definitely some unfortunateness over there going on. That was not Rushing though. That was actually Kelso. So.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry. So Rushing isn't.
No.
He's all good. Okay, good.
Dale Kelso's the one that's definitely had some trying times lately. So.
Boy, that's a shame.
Hopefully, some sunshine starts happening over there and good stuff.
Yeah, and that kind of reminds me. He was saying about how his Microsoft deal was bad, right? So I get on there and I'm trying to get this router squared away here a week or so ago, and I call in and I'm thinking it is Xfinity, right? Well, I get some guy in India. He says, I've reset your box, and he walked me through some things to try. And then I say, okay, I'm back. Hello?
Gone.
Hello? He's gone. And so I don't know. I mean, he says, well, hey, we're it's legit. We're and I don't think that that's necessarily a far-fetched thing, right? I mean, I'm sure they have. But why would Xfinity be in India?
Oh, yeah.
It made me start thinking,
all of it's outsourced. My sister-in-law actually works for them, and she was in dispatch. And yeah, that.
So it could be. It's
most
legit,
of their jobs
right?
have gone overseas. Yeah, she's looking for work right now.
Don't even say Infinity to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I didn't
just
know if they could get in there, and once you got you're at the mercy of those guys once they get in there.
Well, you wanted mercy, and this was local. My wife switched everything over, so we went to X1. You got the talking box.
Yeah.
So they come in Friday. They put all this stuff in. Saturday, we were busy. We was off running around. Sunday, I go to click on Red Zone because I don't watch a football game anymore. I watch Red Zone. Oh, you don't have that channel. I started going down through. I didn't have half of the channels I had before. No wonder the thing was cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So I make phone call. 2.5 hours on the telephone. You'll have it by tomorrow. It'll be there. I wait. Monday comes along. Still don't have it. I make a call. An hour and 20 minutes on the phone. Yep, we got it all taken care of. It'll be up tomorrow. Wasn't up. I called Tuesday. Spent almost 2 hours on the phone. And still didn't work out. This morning I called in. Gal starts talking to me. She says, what can I do for you? I would like to file a cancellation because I'm done. And all of a sudden, mysteriously, I've got all my channels back. She said they forgot to put a code on the. I said, and that's my fault? So I ended up getting like $60 off for the month. And
60?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty good. But still, it's the point of what about the 4 hours or 5 hours I've spent on the phone that's been wasted, for nothing? I mean, it's not that hard. Yeah. don't even, right? Because this show will be about that.
The wheels will come off of Xfinity.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Because it's maddening. It is maddening. I got my new voice remote though.
Oh,
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
As
long as you got channels to go to.
Yeah. What should I watch? And it took me to the internet, and it let me watch a whole bunch of different. It was all Winston Cup stuff, but. Or did I say Winston Cup or Xfinity or what is it now?
It's a Monster Energy series.
So. Hey, by the way, I don't know. I finally got a gift in the mail from Joe Ransom. I don't know. My wife, we don't always check the mail every day, so I don't know when these came, but I got some. I left you some. I got some ASW, some Scott Warning decals.
Nice.
The big dog ones. You should have some. You get them right there. So, those are out. So I'll be passing those out. Be sure you remind me at the races with you guys. And I know that he sent some to Joe Warning. So Joe should have some too to spread out back east. But I've got some here, and we'll try to get them on all the UAS guys to make sure they have that on their rig, especially for BK. I think that would be a cool deal. I know that I'm gonna talk to Jason, those guys, see if we can have a moment of silence for Scott. I just think that would be super appropriate at the BK and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Scott Keeney wants to know how the beer is, Terry.
The beer. What do you mean? How it is? No, that came the last Speedway show I was at. He gave me a growler.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So by the time I had a couple, and then Biles had one, and he had a sip. Yeah, it was gone pretty quickly. But yeah, the beer was dialed. So
yeah,
all hopped up, and it was that good red stuff that we had at. Along with the smoked pistachios. That's what I forgot. That I gotta. Yeah. Okay, so Scott, next time, this is too much. We need beer and pistachios, right? You can't have beer without pistachios. That just I don't know. It just has to go with it. So. Not to be picky or choosy, but we need some pistachios. We'll slip you an extra sticker or something here down the line. And
Christmas is coming, he says. Yeah, we slipping you a 20 on that one.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Daryl Kelsel said, "Thanks for the tire tapes." Hey, you're welcome.
Nice.
I still got to get that. I've been kind of slacking. I need to do that. I will do that. I'll get that done. So Watkins can get his $50 gas card. And who was second and third? Meyer and.
Yeah, it's right here.
Well, I'll get them. You guys, it's there. I'll make sure you guys get those before Christmas time.
Yeah, the only one I'm going to be missing is Sean Carr, and hopefully he's going to be down in Salem next weekend because. The following weekend, the 15th and 16th, I'll be down there. So I should be able to catch up with Swires, Susage, and Myers all down there.
Yeah, Holbert got his hat. He was tickled silly about it. Did you see it on Facebook?
Yeah, I did.
He was pretty tickled about that hat. So that was a sweet gesture there on your part there, Lip. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And so anything else major going on that we know of? I know Renee posted something on Facebook about the Red Bluff, and it wasn't real pretty, right?
No.
Yeah.
The video was even less pretty.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. She said something about the UAS guys on there. And
what her comment, I think, is what she's saying is everybody should take a look at this because you are the class that the younger generation is looking down on.
I get that.
So some of the bumping and banging that is a little bit over the top needs to kind of
right. But from what I've seen, they drive nothing like those guys in the cage carts. If they did, we'd have somebody dead by now. You know.
Well, the thing of it was, it's just like the guy did the slide job on the guy he's leading, and the guy he don't even make the corner. He just drives into the guy and flips him over.
Yeah. See that stuff. I don't.
So then the guy that's in third place gets the win. Well, he gets out in the infield, starts doing Brody's, and lays the cart over on his side. I'm going,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I get it, but yet you have But yet there's nights where, like at Salem, I haven't seen. That's some of the cleanest cage kart racing I've seen ever.
Nice.
At Salem,
But
it's been really, really good.
But like when I went back to the article there, Kyle Larson posted on there, and Kyle's got some stuff to do with that, and he's embarrassed with these open class guys to even have his name associated with it. So if he's the one that's putting up the money or whatever for these classes, guys, you better watch out, because somebody's going to take off with it and say no.
Yeah,
That's where. I mean,
well, didn't you have a quote he read? I mean,
yeah, I've got it. I'd have to go back through.
Okay,
but the quote is basically he's embarrassed. There is no, like he said, back in the old days, yeah, you had a couple of guys that were dirty, but you had more good drivers that outweighed the dirty ones. He said now it's just dirty. It's dog eat dog, and somebody will get hurt in one of them 500.
That I was just going to say. That's unfortunately that's what it's going to take is for somebody to get really hurt or something pretty bad to happen before people really stand up. They just blow it off. Whatever. Now I haven't heard much at Roseburg. I haven't heard a whole lot of stuff, and they've had some pretty big shows down there. So I don't know. Red Bluff is just there gets a point where those tracks get too bloody small.
Well, and I think too, one of the things with Red Bluff that it's kind of like the father of the cage kart racing down in that area.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of.
Well, hey, let me just say, when Wheeler walks away from Red Bluff, somebody's had enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Wheeler's a pretty good shoe, I think, and I think he represents. Hopefully he represents the majority. But I mean, he's had enough, and he was done there. So. He's been up at Roseburg, and I'm sure that's been a little bit of the draw. But, I mean, when Wheeler's had enough, he's I don't mind a little bit of that stuff here and there, but, come on.
Yeah, but that, just like I said, what I seen of the video, that was a blatant drive into the guy and flipped him over. Yeah. End of story. I mean, it was terrible.
Well, Renee says Saturday's cage kart race was a crash fest. Okay, so I guess I wasn't there. Joe Ransom says, LOL, yeah, Larson's Facebook post. But Suchich says, now on Sunday it went flag to flag.
But, you've seen that. But it's just like Cage Cup. That was the first time I'd ever went down there and seen that stuff. And I was sitting up there, standing there on the hill by the stands watching it, and I watched one guy just literally wrecking people. And I turned around to a buddy of mine who was standing there, Ronnie Henderson, I says, somebody needs to beat his ass. And that's just the way I put it. And the guy's wife's standing in front of me. That's my husband. I don't care who he is. He needs to have his ass beat.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it.
I've always, I think, Lippy, you and I talked about it once, too. There's driving and some finesse there. And I don't know if it's the wings or the fact that they've got stuff around them. Because they certainly, I don't think, would be pulling that in a flat cart, sorry, Ronnie, or a speedway cart. They just wouldn't. I mean, they're two different animals.
So do we need to change the flat cart to the Home Depot cart or the Lowe's cart?
Well, no, I get what Ronnie's saying because Fowl hates it too.
No,
he cannot stand it.
But it's just like the other day I was watching a NASCAR deal where they had Kyle Petty was out. Him and Rutledge were out going to different places, and they were at Kyle Larson's and they were at the track. And so Rutledge, he was too big to get in one of them carts, so they put Kyle Petty in there and was out running with him. And when they got done with the first session out there, Kyle literally comes back, oh my gosh, these things have got so much flipping power, it's unreal. I mean, genuinely, I think they ran 5 laps and he was completely tired from muscling the thing around because they'd come through the corner. I mean, when they want to jump, they jump, and it was interesting, and I mean, to listen to him say, oh my gosh, this is unreal, how much power. And
we look at it, and it's just another day at the deal, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
put your butt in the seat. It's a handful.
That's what I'm saying. People don't understand how awesome these machines are. I mean, same with the UAS.
Yeah.
They look at those things, and they go, oh, yeah, but,
there's
no but about it.
Like watching that guy that was just kind of running around the track the other day there. That cart looked so flipping fast.
Oh, Hager's deal.
Hager.
Wow. Did it look good?
I mean, that thing just, That was a rocket.
Yes. But somebody made the comment, well, hopefully he can do that when there's other carts around. I don't know. I mean, that's I guess on him. But I'm going to tell you what. From where I was sitting, that thing looked pretty damn good. I'm telling you.
Yes,
I was
sir.
like, holy smokes. But yeah, where we at? So yeah, I guess it's time to get in results. I've got a few from Salem, so let's get into them here.
It's time for Winner's Circle Wednesday, brought to you by Tees and Tops.
Well, the day show on Saturday looks like they had they had eight classes, 8. The PMSA, Paul Sinjic wins that. That's the Mini Sprint Association. Paul Sinjic, George Nichols, and Doug Pirtle, 1, 2, 3. Now they had 3 DNFs, so that's too bad. Craig Castle, why does that sound familiar to me?
Used to be crew.
Did he run at Lebanon?
Yeah, he basically runs at Banks, but he's got a modified, and he used to crew for duty. John,
I think it was either him or his brother that took my car out when Goulet was driving it. T-boned him right dead square in the driver's door.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, it might have been a little bit of Goulet's fault, too. He was in there way. He should have just been patient because he had the car for sure. But 250 cage, get this. Lane Taylor wins it on a late race pass on Carson Borden.
Oh.
Borden kind of checks up for some lap traffic, can't decide which way to go, and Taylor gets him. Jordy Meese was third, and Carson Borden was second. Colby Thornhill, name I haven't heard in a while, was fourth, and fifth was Alex Reich. That's Suchic's kid, stepson. Quarter midgets, Cody Greer, Tyler Pendle, 1, 2. Excuse me. 125 cage went to Cole Borden. Man, it must run in the blood there, those guys.
For sure.
I mean, Bryson Smith was second, and Braden Brookshire was third. So that's 125s. Race number 4 was the box stocks. Taylor Fuller wins that. What a stud. Cole Patrick was second, and Mason Myers was third. James Hamlin fourth, and Ashley Borden rounds out the top 5. Quarter midget Animal, Cody Greer, and Cale Faulkner won 2 in that. Beginner box, Jake Waldall. I didn't have the Roseburg results, but I guess Waldall went down there and showed him the way around here a couple weeks ago.
Mopped it up.
Yes. Waldall's a stud. Sizzling
sure.
Seth is a stud. So is his brother Jake. Patrick Batalgi is second. Alexandria Schindler was third. And in race number 1, beginner box, it was Danner Myers, Jesse Henry, Dylan Wilcox. Now, how about this for a name? In fourth was Rayston, Racetin, Rayston Myers.
Nice.
Kind of
Haven't heard
cool.
that one.
Yeah, kind of cool. Then the night race. Pro 4s. Papa Tom Ferrando, Thomas Ferrando, Barry Lampert. That's your top 3. But get this. There was 5 entries. Papa Tom wins it. But second through 5th were all DNFs.
What?
That's right. Work on them, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
Got to work on them. Micro 600 Open. Here's a name. If you haven't heard it, this kid is tough. Justin McConville. He's from Dundee, and he is legit. Let me just tell you, he's good. He beat Hunter Stanley.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he is the guy that gives Stanley fits. David Ward was third, George Nichols fourth, Doug Pirtle fifth, and yeah. But Justin McConville is ace, and they only run one night. They don't run on Sunday. And I'm telling you, McConville's tough. He's ran some 360 stuff already, but even when he was younger, and they didn't like him because he was putting it to him. So remember, Justin McConville, he's a stud. Mini stocks went to Jacob Keller, Casey Scott, and Tony Woolard. Those are names I haven't heard. I guess I've been missing some of that stuff. Race 4 were the Dwarfs. Danny Altum, who basically at Salem owns the Dwarfs. But Double M brings it home in the second spot.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, he had a busy weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, he was down in L.A.
Went down to the Pac-12 game.
Yep. Boy, it must be nice to have all that money.
At least know how to get there anyways.
So Rebecca Parsons was third. Joseph Sanders, Doug Pirtle, and Mikey Burnham. So there was only 6 dwarfs. That's disappointing, kind of, I would imagine.
No, they had, I think the banquet for the dwarfs was that weekend.
So?
Some guys are over there. Cause
do it on Sunday or something. You know,
I seen Mikey
Clark was there
collecting his hardware and stuff.
Let's see. Go racing, be in the car, go racing, or banquet. I know what I'm choosing. Every day of the week.
Well, depends.
Every day of the week.
Depends on how much beer I got.
Depends on whether you're trophying or not.
Well, even at that. I mean, but still. Micro restricted. Blaine Baxter. That's a name I haven't heard before. Victoria Wolf. Now, I'm going to tell you, she's pretty good. Mason Deneen was third, and he swept there the weekend I was there.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Deneen was cleaning up. And Open Cage went to Devin Borden. Get this. So he started back, I think, 6 or something. And Cormac and Schofield were leading. Lynn was leading. So he goes on the restart, and he gets it, and he passes them for the lead. But then they say he jumped the start. Everybody watched the film, said he did not jump the start. I don't know. So he jumps the start, so they put him back to third. And he goes and he does the same thing. He passes Schofield on a slide job. Bradley Lynn was leading, and he passes him, checks out, and wins the deal. The motor blows up on Sunday. So he has had a tough bit of luck there. But that car is an RFC. It's bent. They're waiting for their new one to get here. It hasn't gotten here yet. The thing's bent. Like he says, it'll go out. We'll leave. It'll have 40% cross weight. Come in, run some laps, come in, put it on the scales, check it, and it's got 45, 48%. I mean, it's just messed up. And he still does that there. I mean, you know, and it isn't like there's no drivers here. I mean, Bradley Lynn was there. Taylor Roberts was there. Brody Sim, Tyler Drever, Colby Thornhill, Duke Johnson, Kevin Hilgendorf, Kenny Boardman Jr. I mean, Gray Ferrando. I mean, it's not like he's running a bunch of nobodies.
Yep.
And he's been
the Rocket says jump the start. They always say that.
No, yeah, the Rocket would know too. Yeah, the Rocket would know. Well, yeah.
The Assassin's on.
But Saturday had 15, it said, according to Jason, and 12 on Sunday. So, yeah. I mean, decent, better turnout. I was glad to see. I talked to Hilgendorf over the weekend. It was nice to see him there. He was there. He drives for Speed City now. And so, but the Duke struggled. He was 10th. So, not sure what happened to the big Duke. But, man, Colby Thornhill, I mean, there were some names there. I mean, he's
Well, I'm looking forward to Devin getting a little bit more time in that 360.
Well, they said next year will be the year they're gonna go. I was talking to him just to find out how everything went, and he said, you know, next year they're planning on full cabin on that deal. They're gonna really make a. So he says, you know, we don't want to pour a whole bunch of money in to this cage car deal because we're gonna be doing that.
Well,
but he only just bought a brand new car, you know, so.
The thing of it is with him, like I say, getting to watch him make his first laps in that 360 that day was he was very impressive.
He is impressive. I'm telling you, this kid is good.
He's a shoe.
He is a shoe.
The thing of it is they went flying by the stands there, and somebody said, "Was there anybody in that car?" He sits so flipping low in there, you can't even see him.
You mark my words. He's going to do some damage, even in his first year. It might not be consistently that way, but I mean, I believe that he's going to. I'm going to go on a limb. My guess is I bet he gets a W before next when he goes. He'll get one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I believe. But
oh yeah.
On Sunday, 125s went to Cole Borden, Ian Whistler, Cody Greer. Oh, Cody Greer stepping up. So he got out of the quarter midgets and stepped into a 125. The micro restricted, Victoria Wolf, Jojo Battaglia, Doug Pirtle. Quarter midget junior, Cody Greer, one senior, Tyler Pendle, one junior. Micro 600 open, Hunter Stanley wins it, David Ward, Paul Sinchik. See what I mean? So McConville's not there, and it's boom. So that tells you how good McConville. I mean, because Stanley's no slouch.
Nope.
Not any stretch of the imagination. 250 Ks, Lane Taylor, Alex Reich, and Carson Borden. So that was pretty interesting in the 250 there. Cole Borden was 6th. Colby Thornhill was 7th. Let's see, in the dwarfs. Oh, Michelson gets the W on Sunday. He beats Doug Pirtle, Clayton Parsons, and Rebecca Parsons. So there was only 4 on Sunday, but he gets the W. Notes, class voted Saturday night to join the rest of classes in a payout requirement. So dwarfs now pay. 50% of the entries taken out to 1/3 of the class. So
incentive.
Yeah, maybe. Quarter midget animal, Cody Greer, junior sprints, Carlin Kocher and Kaylin Kocher, 1-2. Open cage, Eric Schofield, Kyle Cormican, Duke Johnson, 1, 2, 3. Taylor Roberts 4th. 5th was Bradley Lynn. 6th, Drever. 7th, Colby Thornhill. 8th, Guy Ferrando. So, yeah. Devin Borden drove the 19. And so he drove it to 7th. So he got in there. So, yeah, not too shabby. Let's see here. Beginner box went to Danner Myers, Jesse Henry, Rayston Myers. So there was a protest, I guess. But on gears, I guess there's a spec gear on those. So, but he passed. So, boom, boom. That's the best way to do it, is to just pass.
Yeah, for sure.
Right gear. Jake Waldall wins beginner box. There was only 2 in that. Patrick Battaglia was 2nd. And box stock went to Sizzle and Seth Waldall. Cruz Shank. Have you ever met Cruz?
Yeah, I have.
I have never met him. I mean, he's a
good young man. I got a deal that.
And Ashley Borden was 3rd. Cole Patrick 4th. Mason Myers 5th. That wraps up Saturday's round of stuff at Salem Speedway. Hey, I just wanted to say too, and then it's all yours. Check this out. The Pacific Northwest Micro Wingless Nationals are going to be March 10th and 11th at Salem Speedway. There's going to be a $1,000 minimum purse, and $20 of every entry is going to be added to the purse. So that's going to be going on March 10th and 11th. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be hopefully they get a good turnout. I know I'm going to help them promote the crud out of that. I would like to see him have a really good turnout for those wingless micros. I think that'd be a good deal.
Heck yeah.
So what'd you have?
Well, I was just going to say that Cruz, I met him there at a couple years ago there at the Cage Cup, and was hanging around there, and he's pretty smart kid. He's paid attention to what Jeremy's done and teaching him, and his whole big deal is to keep that number 30 a rolling with a Shank name.
That's it. As long as he doesn't listen to his grandpa, he's fine. But also, for those of you who want to check it out, Northwest Kart Dates has a new kart form, and you can check it out on nwkd.freeforms.com. freeforms.net. You can go there and sign up for, or not even sign up. You can just go there and there's a place to post. They got general stuff, and it's a pretty nice looking site. And Ernie Confer sent me a deal. I signed up to win this cooler, but you can see it. I put a post on my Facebook page on the Northwest Race Report, and if you can support it, great. What they're asking for is a $25 donation to enter for this cooler. There's like 30 spots, and all the money is going to go towards the UAS Junior Championship stuff, jackets, trophies, whatever the case may be. So you can see that on the Northwest Race Report Facebook page. It's a good deal if you can support it. $25, and you get a chance for this nice. It's a Tundra cooler of some sort. It's pretty cool.
Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti. Yes. I don't know what Yeti is. Yeti is a microphone, and from where I'm from, but
Well, Yeti's probably the best cooler out there.
Yeah, for sure the best cooler out there. It's also an abominable snowman, the Yeti Man. But yeah, it is a beer cooler or a cooler, but it's like bear proof. It's on one of the only coolers out there that is if you're not human, you're not going to get it open type of a thing. So it's a really nice thing. It keeps cooled things cold for a long time.
That might be what you need at the racetrack too, right? But if you're human, you can get it open, right?
Right. Maybe not inebriated, but sober, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So what does that mean, Lip?
I'm only going to be good for about half the night, and then after that, I'm not going to be able to get into it.
That's when you just leave it open.
Hey, would somebody please just leave that cooler open? I'm tired of having to figure it out every time from the scratch. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But no, so it's for a good cause.
Good cause and a good group.
Yeah. So hopefully that works out good. I see Rusty King signed up for a spot. So that's if you can do it, that would be super. I think you can pay through PayPal. So that's a good deal. Check out that new in Northwest Kart Dates, freeforms.net. You can go there and check it out. And then the Wingless National. Spread the word on that. That's going to be that should be a good deal, I think.
I'm going to go back to one of your old words. I think it will be an epic show. Yes.
Please try not to use that word. I've finally passed it, and I'm sure everybody's glad. Old Jeff's gotta start in again. Stir the pot. Old Jeffrey the Loader.
Feeling better.
Yep. But hey, coming up too is the big after Christmas show. You know what that is?
Cookies? I don't know.
No, it's down in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah, the Holiday Classic.
The Holiday Classic, and
yes.
Did you see the picture that Renee posted?
Man,
her new
she's got
tire?
like 4 motors, 2 carts. I mean, she's loaded for bear.
No, she's got herself a tire machine now.
A what?
A tire machine.
A baby tire machine.
Yeah.
Oh, to mount and dismount?
Yeah.
Well, you do as many tires as her, you'd be sick of mounting them by hand.
But I look at it now and I'm going, yeah, that's the way.
Yeah. That's probably a Yow tire changer, right? But no, Holiday Classic coming up. That should be, I don't know how many going. I know, is KD going? Kevin White's not going?
Oh, Kevin White's going.
Yeah.
But, and Joe Stackman's going. There's quite a few people that are
Is he
going.
taking this UAS cart, Joe?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, wow. Now, I know Renee said they're leaving the UAS cart at home. So I think Kevin White's going with his UAS. Joe Stackman is. I haven't heard if Ronnie's going. Is Ronnie going?
I haven't heard.
Kevin was trying to get crew guys, people to help him down there.
I might want to go. Just to get a ride down there. That might be kind of cool. Boy, that's 12 hours. That's a long.
Oh, he was flying. I think Kevin's flying down.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. How's he getting it down there?
Renee.
Oh. Well, hey, he's buying the plane ticket up there. But no, yeah, I would like to go. It would just be a matter of, right. But that's Lippy and I got to go last year, and it was quite fun.
It was off the hook. I enjoyed the business out of it. My wings have been clipped this year, though, so I can't. I want to go, but Mama says no.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm out.
So what if it was one of those deals where you just kind of slid out and went?
Yeah, that's what happened last year.
What is this? Where it's easier to beg for forgiveness than it is to go.
Yes, it is.
It's easier to beg for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
Yep,
but,
and anybody that's been racing that's married knows that big time.
Yeah, I want to go back to the East Coast for the UAS deal.
Oh,
so
guess who checked in? The Assassin.
Oh yeah, Passanetti.
Yeah, boy, good to see him back on here. That's pretty good. Doug Bartlett in the house, man. That's pretty cool. You know, I love to see all these guys checking in from time to time.
Mr. McDowell's on there.
Yeah, and James O'Brien. He owns eShifterCart.com and eFourcycle.com. So that's pretty neat. We're gonna have his driver on here in about 15 minutes. Scott McDowell says I'll be there just to watch. Oh yeah, he gets to rub it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, hey Scott, hook up a ticket. I'll wear some Scott Seal Coat. I'll go around and pass out all kinds of stickers and stuff for you. Maybe get you some striping jobs down there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But any update on that Yow book? No, but what I will tell you is, Daryl Kelso, I am trying to get Randy Ransom on the show. I want to dedicate a whole show to the head chemist of Track Tack so he can maybe answer some more of your questions about the science of tire prep. So stay tuned. Probably going to be shooting for after the first of the year with the way Christmas and everything is. So, yeah, that's a good question, Passanante. What is the UAS? I looked and I see Trevor McAllister is on the list. Now, Rocket's on there. McAllister was on there. So I think you can go to strubfestpromotions.wordpress.com, and you should go there anyway, just to put your name in there. And so he's got a driver list. This is not a pre-registration thing, but if you're going to go, you need to drop him your name and stuff so he can, because what's nice is he's got a list there. And it's pretty neat. You need to put your name, your number, your sponsor, and that kind of thing. But I did take a quick peek, and I saw Trevor McAllister's gonna be there. And speaking of McAllister, did anybody see that huge post on Facebook? It got ugly. Yeah, I mean, it got really ugly.
Which one?
What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it got super ugly. It was a, boy, I can't remember the post. I'd have to go back and look it up. But it was, somebody was talking about, God, what were they talking about? But, I mean, it just got crazy. One guy was talking about, he was some tuner that tuned back in the day for the Stars of Karting, and this guy was saying, and, man, it went from everything where you owed me money and you never paid and somebody had to pay for it to you're just a dirtbag. You couldn't tune your way out of a wet paper bag. I mean, it was just, I mean, they said they knew McAllister, and McAllister says, you don't know me. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, it was just crazy. But it went on and on and on and on and on. I mean, it might have been worse than some of the posts we've seen. I mean, it was pretty crazy.
Hey, Sean, you're styling in that hat.
Yeah, no kidding. Ronnie Cox puts a post on Facebook got ugly? No way. No. The Whirlies will be there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure Hager's going to be there.
Yes.
Ronnie will be there. Renee will be there. I'm pretty confident Diotti's coming. I talked to Berg the other night. He's looking forward to it. He's going to be there.
I seen JP was on you earlier.
Yeah. So, Berg's coming for Bear. He wants to win this thing a third time.
That'd be cool. I mean,
wow. You know how
you
almost had me. You know how epic that would be. But I mean, that would be pretty cool. I mean, But also, who else wants to win it pretty bad is the Rocket. He'd like to get a second one. And so would Renee. I mean, she was the inaugural winner, which is very cool. That's something nobody can ever take away from you. You won the very first BK. I mean, that's pretty dang cool.
Exactly.
So, that'll go. That's something for the record books. No matter what happens, who won the very first one? Well, Renee Angel did, and that's pretty awesome, actually. So
I think Rocket's pretty much got all of his gremlins out of the closet. So
I think so.
All of his bad luck's got to be gone by now.
And I'm starting to wonder: does track time down there really matter?
Does it?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen too many guys there, and there's only a couple left. But I'm beginning to wonder. Everybody else just shows up, and so sometimes it's one of those deals where you can overthink it. Maybe I don't know.
With all this tire prep and stuff, you'd think you'd want to.
Well, yeah, but it changes every time you're there. So I mean, one day you're going to run this prep. The next day, I mean, you never know. I mean, that's the problem with it. You can tune till you're purple, but I think the main thing is just to go there and make sure that you get the feel of the racetrack, and then from there, it's just kind of it's more or less making sure nothing falls off. I mean, I think that's the bigger thing, is making sure you can live through the whole thing. That nothing's going to blow up or.
Well, longevity is definitely something to plan for. I'd like to see the track not ground between Friday night and Saturday night. We put a lot of rubber down on that track on Saturday night, and they regrind it Saturday morning, flatten it, water it, and make another track for us. But I just wonder what it would be like if they didn't regrind it and left all of Friday night's rubber on it for Saturday night.
And that's another thing. I mean, what good is practice on Friday if you're going to regrind it? I mean, it at that point, it's out the window.
It's a different track.
Yeah, it's completely different. So, I don't know. Maybe that is something to think about. But I did say, it says Diotti already brought his same pit spot as he had when he won it. Is it in the pit spot? Well,
one never knows.
You don't. I mean, there's all kinds of little doohickeys. But, hey, before we get our guest Terry Lawrence coming in here, I want to get an ad here for the good folks at True Tech Automotive. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You check your shop list, you check off things on your racing to-do list, and you constantly check your micron at the racetrack. But what about when that little check engine light comes on in your car, truck, or tow vehicle? Do you check that or just ignore it? Most can't be bothered, but there is nothing worse than breaking down on the way to a big race or vacation getaway. It's time to start treating and checking your car, truck, or tow rig the right way with a visit to True Tech Automotive for a preventative maintenance service before it costs you more than that big race or vacation getaway you're looking forward to. With 10 service bays, NAPA-certified car care technicians, along with award-winning customer service, True Tech gives you one less thing you have to check.
Get it done right, the first time with the right parts at the right price. And how's this for right? Use the discount code NWRR and receive True Tech's In the Family Racer discount of 25% off all preventative maintenance and vehicle repairs. Just another way, True Tech has been helping their customers keep their vehicles in check since 2008. True Tech Automotive, 6900 Highway 99, Suite A, Vancouver, Washington. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 360-571-2302.
What's up, race fans? This is the real deal, Chris Gibb, and you're listening to the Northwest Race Report.
All right. Yeah, that's another one that's going to be coming here, I'm sure, is the Gibbster.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, I would imagine Joe Gibb and the whole clan going to be there. I know they weren't there last year, were they? I don't think they were. They had to miss it. I think there was a banquet or something they were at, but I think they're going to be there this year, so be cool. And you're going to have Fontaine. I'm sure he's going to be there. It's going to be quite the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Quite the show.
I'm sure Gil Atkins is going to be up with his whole crew. There's going to be quite a few showing up for that.
Yeah, and big shout out to Gil Atkinson for taking. Is he the new West Coast UAS director? Or?
Yes, we really should try and get him on to see what all he's got planned and see what kind of help we can be to make that whole thing grow.
Well, I finally figured out. Did you see the picture that was on his? He's holding the
margarita.
Yeah, that's why the fuel didn't pass tech.
It's a dang margarita.
Yeah, you know it. Any of that got in there, baby, your fuel ain't gonna pass at all.
Little Jimmy Buffett.
No, but yeah. What does that mean? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. So,
little tequila in the fuel.
Hey, I got something that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not to change away from the UAS stuff, but
yeah, it is.
down in Elma, they 11 years ago they created the Elma Hall of Fame for the racers that have raced at Elma on the old track, the new track, the whatever, and they've always got a pretty good guest speaker, and there's some pretty good surprises come out of it. They do a silent auction to help pay for everything. This year, George Wade has already got their guest, and he's a legend in the sprint car world by the name of Jimmy Sills.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy will be there as their guest.
That's
speaker.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I was.
When is that?
It's in, I want to say March. They're just getting, the names are just now being put in for who gets nominated. But it is a really neat deal. They are so, to preserve that racing down there, because I think if I understand it right, they're on the third configuration of tracks at that place.
Wow.
So, and they're basically, it's going, they're doing through all of it.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. So, in order to be nominated for the Hall of Fame, does that mean you have to be retired? Or can you still be active?
I think most of everybody I've seen in there is basically retired. I didn't...
Because I think there should be a UAS Hall of Fame.
Hey?
Or even a karting Hall of Fame, right? Or I think there's some guys that probably are.
That's what's cool about this. This is a vision of some people down there that this needed to be done. The Dale, the gentleman that works on, it helps us with the modified. He's in the Hall of Fame. That guy about wore his jacket out. He's wore it so much. He just is so proud of that jacket.
Well, sure. Who wouldn't be?
And some of them are, some of them are already passed away and gone, but their families have gotten the recognition of, and it's,
that's a great idea. I think, we could have, UAS. You could have the karting one for sure, because there's a lot of. I know right out of the gate, there's several that could be. In there. Danny Hodap for one. There's several.
Dale.
Rex.
Bow.
Rex Hayes. Just tons of wheels that could be. And
that's where you'd have to get with the local karting association, like maybe Pat's Acres. That's a good.
Yeah, he's not, but Chris is more the new school. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that history. The guy that you would want to get involved with that is Jack Lehman.
Yeah,
that or Terry Hager, another one, or he and Fowl. They would all have names that would be.
And these guys, they do. I think it's 4 years a max on the deal,
right?
But it's a really cool deal. I went the year that Dale was inducted, and you listen to some of their stories and the stuff that they went through. And back then it was, what one guy actually pulled his motor out of the pickup at the track, put it in his car to go race, won the main event, and then they had to use the wrecker to pull the motor back out to put it in his pickup to where he could get home. Just stuff like that. I don't
know. It is awesome to see what these guys did back in the day. But you know what? And it's amazing what they did
with little
to go racing.
Oh yeah.
It was you look at the priority of it. Who is going to pull their motor out of their tow rig, put it in their car, go race it, yard it out, and put it back in so they can tow the thing home? That is just a love of motorsports.
That's a massive dedication.
You
to
bet
what
it
you're
is.
doing.
Nobody would do that these days, right?
Will not die.
No. And that really, that's the kind of dedication that you deserve to get in. I don't care whether you're any good or not. If you're doing that to go racing,
Yeah.
I mean, that is, that's incredible stuff right there, you know?
And they talked about some of them that, some of the wrecks, like the one guy said he'd been in a sprint car and he had one vicious wreck, and he says, you know what? I woke up. He says, I decided this wasn't where I needed to be, so I became a car owner. It's just like,
right.
I don't need to be behind that wheel anymore.
Right.
So
yeah, I think. Well, another one that comes to my mind is you look at somebody like Bob Kemmer. Now I don't know what Bob Kemmer's experience is, but you look at him as a car owner.
Oh my gosh,
man, he's awesome.
Yeah, I enjoy talking with Bob.
He is. He's a nice man.
And I just met him last year at the
Yep.
EK.
He's a super guy.
So and every time he's seen me, like out at ORV or wherever, he's always
he's always got something good to say,
Yep.
and something always positive. I know it's maybe the show needs to start doing that too. Is recognizing we could come up with something, come up with a criteria, and come up with our own little Hall of Fame. I think it would be kind of smoking.
And like I say, these guys they really put their heart and soul into this deal, and
as you should.
And the first year, the first time I went to it was at the VFW hall down there, and you couldn't even get everybody in there. There were so many people.
I love that.
I mean, literally,
that's the way it should be.
Wall to wall, stacked.
And that brings us Joe Ransom, balmy 68 degrees, all cuddled up with a bottle of Jack in the Slasher Inn. Wow.
He's over in Green River.
Brr. 19 degrees outside, it says Joe Ransom. A Squinty in the house. Oh, baby. Blue Line. Boy, he sent me a cool video. I'll have to post it, or actually Brian should post it. Brian, if you can, man, you should post that on my page. I'd like everybody to see that. It was, from time to time, the Squinty sends me these motivational things, because we had a talk a while back where, you're struggling. You're like, man, is this really what I need to be doing? And he always comes up with these great videos that are just super inspiring. And I got one today. It says, "Get your tissues out, bro." This is a good one, and it was just super good. So I'll see if maybe I can get that or get his okay, and I'll post that up. But it was what a awesome video. And he's one of those guys that always sends it at just the right time, right? Those, you get it and you go, wow, I was really kind of needing that right now. So it's really a cool thing going on. So
that was like it's been a couple weeks ago. I was watching Como, and this gal come on, and she's her son is a functioning autistic, not a high functioning, but he's functioning.
Correct.
Well, he goes to school. The kids do nothing but make fun of him. So on his birthday, she takes a birthday cake to school. One kid shows up. Everybody else leaves. So her wish was for Christmas to flood him with.
And here we go. Hang tight. Hang on to that thought, Jeffrey. Your favorite drivers and people of interest in the motorsports world. It's time for In the Seat, powered by Blue Line Graphics. Well, this guy's no stranger to karting, and I don't know, maybe someday he could be recognized maybe as a potential Hall of Famer. He's sure done enough of it, from 4-strokes to 2-strokes to shifters, you name it, big cars, he's done it. His name is Terry Lawrence. Welcome to the show, Terry. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Oh man, thank you for being on, man. Let's kind of rewind a little bit, and you've been karting how long?
I started karting in 1992.
And now, how old were you then in 92?
12 years old.
Wow.
My brother started back in the early 80s down in Southern California, and I started quite a bit after, about 10 years after that.
So your brother's 10 years older than you?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know Tim was that old. No, I'm kidding.
No, he's not 10 years older than me. He just started karting quite a bit younger than me.
Right. Now you did. Now, did the car thing come after your stint at Sodi Kart?
Part of it was before, and part of it was after. I started managing an indoor kart track in Boise, Idaho, called Fastlane Indoor Kart Racing back in the early 2000s, 2003 when it first opened up, and that's actually how I got associated with Sodi Kart back then.
Okay, so
and then the cars kind of came after the Fastlane Indoor Kart Racing deal.
Right. Now, did you go late model racing, or was it modifieds, or did you actually do both?
It was both. I built a new left-hander modified in 2003 and did that myself with my brother and Scott Bittiganetta, and we traveled around to Las Vegas and to some tracks on the West Coast racing that. And then I did the late model driving for, is actually the promoter of Meridian Speedway right now, Adam Nelson, and that was back in the early 2000s when he was managing Chaparral Speedway, and that's the track that is behind Firebird Raceway right now.
Oh.
That is no longer being used.
And how big a track was that?
That was a 3/8 mile, so it was definitely larger than Meridian Speedway.
Yeah, and it's just sitting there? They're not doing anything with it?
Yeah, it's just growing weeds right now, unfortunately. It's a good racetrack, or was. They would need a total makeover now.
Wow. So could the UAS carts run on that?
Yeah, potentially if it got a complete makeover, but I don't see that ever happening. That track, the land's been bought by somebody, and I don't think they're really race friendly.
So it isn't, News don't have it then?
No.
Okay. So I know they were trying to buy more property for the drag strip there to where they could do some more, but I don't know if they ever did it or not.
Wow. So what was, when you went from the carts to the cars, what was the biggest, for you, what was the biggest transition, or was there much of one for you?
The biggest transition going from carts to cars is just learning how slow everything is on a car and how it reacts compared to carts. It's just so much different on reaction times and how you drive them. Carts are very fast on how they react. Cars have body roll, and they're really wide. You have to know where your quarter panels are, or your door panels, basically, when you're on a short track and a late model. And a part, you can see everything, and you're within inches, and it's just really easy compared to a car. A shifter cart, though, it's definitely a handful to drive compared to a late model. It's a whole different aspect of it.
Right. Is it just the quickness of how everything comes up to speed, or is it just all that horsepower and the light weight?
The power to weight ratio is super crazy in a shifter cart, and you got a 6-speed gearbox and usually 14 to 18 turns per track, and it's just hard to describe unless you're in the seat of one how it actually is. But you have 15 to 19 corners, like I'm saying, to memorize with a 6-speed gearbox that you have to go through, and if you miss one shift throughout that whole lap, it's game over. The leaders are gone. It's really high-level racing and shifter cart racing.
Oh, no doubt about it. And the thing that blew me away was the fact that you could. I mean, granted, you've driven these things before, but you hadn't been really unless you were doing it when I didn't see or whatever or know about, but it didn't look like you had been running shifter stuff a whole lot. And so, boom, you decide you're going to go to the Super Nats and jump in one of these things. And to do that with little or no time, practicing is like, to me, is like amazing. I mean, that's what kind of blew me away. It was like, man, this guy goes down here and he runs third, and he hasn't even really been training for it.
The last time I was in the shifter cart prior to Supernats this year was actually Sonoma back in first weekend of May. So it was definitely, it's been a while since I was in the shifter cart up until that point, and we unloaded quick down there, and it just progressed all weekend and kept working on things, and it was definitely a awesome weekend for us with the e-shifter cart CKR USA team to be able to pull that off against the factory teams and all the really large teams that are down there at that type of event.
Yeah, now what kind of cart did you take down there to the Super Nats?
It was a CKR built chassis, which is made in Italy. And you can check that out at ckrusa.com for more information on those. It was a brand new chassis we actually unloaded out of the box and built Monday afternoon down there prior to the event, and fitted the engine and myself to the cart, and it was just a really fast cart right out of the box.
So, you're going against the grain about everything that people are taught. You know that, don't you? I mean, you're taught not to go down there with something in a box, for God's sake.
You want something tried and true.
Yeah, you're supposed to go down there with something that's, together at least. So to do all that there and still do what you did, it's like amazing.
Well, it's a little different game in sprint racing. That's actually pretty normal for sprint racing. There's, I bet, 70% of the carts out there are built at the track at Supernats at that specific event, just because so many carts are flown in that are 2018 models that get revealed at that race, and all different stuff coming out for next year, and it's kind of a one-off event.
Right. Now, why? What makes? I mean, other than Vegas, what makes? I mean, why do you think this thing has taken off the way it has? I mean, how come? I mean, I look at that and I say, okay, I'm comparing that to the UAS stuff, and why in God's name hasn't something like that for the UAS to taken off like it has in the shifter stuff? Because I mean, Lord knows, dollars for dollars are about the same.
Yeah, the shifter cart stuff's been around forever, and that's a hard one to answer there. Some people like sprint racing, some people like dirt racing, some people like both. So it's that's a hard one to answer. But as far as Super Nationals, the event itself, it's always been a large event since the early 90s, and it's grown every year, and it's actually now the world's largest karting event with over 500 drivers that come to it.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So now let me ask you, I mean, Mike Burris made a post on there that said, you drive the wheels off of anything that you're in, but do you enjoy the UAS stuff, or have you had enough time to really decide whether or not you like it or not?
Yeah, I enjoy the dirt stuff somewhat. The only thing that deters me from really getting really involved in that, honestly, is the messing with the tires. That's one thing I do like about the shifter cart racing. Everybody's on the same tires, and you bolt up the tires and go race, and you don't have to mess with anything and prepping them and whatnot and getting them ready. And it's just a whole different form of karting is what it is. The UAS is different just because the everything is unlimited, basically. There's no rules, and that's what makes it really cool in its own ways, because you can pretty much do what you want within a really small parameter of rules.
Right. So now, would you go out on a limb and say that that's probably why maybe the UAS hasn't taken off like something like at the Super. Other than the promotion end of it, right? I mean, there's a gob of promotion there that's behind that deal, and plus, the backdrop of Vegas and everything. I mean, that's got to be. I went down, and my deal was, if you take Vegas out of the backdrop, I mean, yeah, it's a tough deal, but it at that point, it's almost like just another race, right? I mean, at least in my eyes, it was. But with that backdrop, that makes everything.
Supercarts USA definitely does promote their events and their series really well, and they do spend quite a bit of money to do that, and they do spend a lot of money to air it on CBS Sports that they pay for themselves, actually, and that's really rare in the world of karting to see that. Also, you have the main factories of all the carts that are behind that type of sport that push that type of racing, and where the UAS racing, there's only a handful of kart manufacturers that even do it.
Right.
So it's just the funding and the push of it is a lot less in the UAS.
So how is O'Brien to drive for? Is he like a slave driver? Does he crack the whip, or how is he as a car owner to drive for?
He's great to drive for. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for from a guy. He drives all the equipment to the races, gets everything set up for the tent, and in Vegas I flew down there and helped assemble the cart, and next thing we know, we're on the top 5 of almost every practice session, just from a small team from Idaho that is now a really well-known kart shop, and trying to seek more dealers as every year goes on. And so hopefully they can gain off of the exposure and everything from Supernats and continue into 2018.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, because O'Brien's I remember when he was first putting this all together, everybody was thinking, oh, yeah, this guy's got too many hats and too many irons in the fire. But he had a vision, and, boy, I mean, it seems to be coming around. I mean, he had a lot on the line putting this all together. And so I'm just tickled that, things are working out that way for him. Do you foresee the 4 cycles maybe having something like this? Do you think there is something that's in the works, or that could be a positive thing, as like a 4 cycle Supernats?
That's a hard one to answer there. I don't know me personally, if I ever see a 4 cycle at Supernats, but they are introducing them at the Florida Winter Tour for the 206s. So you never know, the options open.
Well, I mean, and I don't necessarily mean at the Supernats. I mean their own Supernats, where it's like a 4-stroke Supernats, where it's all the 4-stroke stuff. You think that's something that's feasible or possible?
It's possible with the right promotion and right series behind it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the 206 is that series?
There's not a 206 series per se.
But with the
bodies, and it has to have the right sanctioning body behind it to make that go and be able to be a really well-run big event, like in the past, like what we've seen back in the early 80s and 90s with different sanctioning bodies.
Right. Well, you did see the new twin 206 that Margay came out with, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Would you like to roll one of those?
Maybe if it was a twin limited modified, I can't say I'd really want to drive a twin 206. That'd be like driving around a 10-pound bag of potatoes, in my opinion. But it is definitely a good engine.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't care. I really wasn't, honestly, Terry, when I went up, the first time I really got involved with the 4-strokes was at the Nationals there at Tri-Cities, the very first one. And I wasn't a big fan either. I'm like, man, come on. But I'm going to tell you, the racing was great. And from what I can gather now is you got to have a little bit of everything. You got to have speed. You got to have you got to have a plan. You can't just go out there and you start making mistakes and you talk about momentum and whatnot or missing a shift. I mean, man, you blow something there. I mean, it shows up in feet on the racetrack.
Yeah, the racing is definitely very close in four-cycle racing with spec engines and the weight limits that they have now on a lot of the classes. It's close, tight racing.
Mm-hmm.
And James does sell more than just shifter carts and parts. He does some four-cycle stuff as well and is a bricks dealer.
Right. Well, that's awesome, man. So, because he's got e4cycle.com, is that correct?
I don't know if that's a website that's going anymore. He converted it's all to eShifter Cart.
Oh, okay.
And CKR USA.
Okay, because I know that was e4cycle.com. So, well, he's on the show tonight, so maybe he can chime in there and let us know.
Yeah, it's all on one page.
Yeah. Well,
back to Supernats, we actually had Carlo De Bay, the owner of CKR chassis from Italy. He was over and was a great help to us.
Well, so now, is the CKR, are they an off-branch of, say, Tony or, one of the bigger kart manufacturers, or are they their own brand?
They're their own brand. They buy some of the components from CRG, but the chassis they make in-house themselves in their own factory.
Wow.
And it's all Carlo's design, and it's got a really good package going right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And it definitely showed in Vegas.
Yeah.
One of the easiest shifter carts I've ever driven. Like I said, we were top 5 in almost every practice session, and I would have never guessed actually going into that event with such little practice that we would have a shot at winning it. It actually surprised me down there myself. So it was definitely an awesome race for me.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, there's no doubt. But it shows, that right there shows the, just the caliber of the type of driver you are, right? I mean, to go down there, most guys probably wouldn't even attempt that, with as little time as they have. But, you're all in. So, now you won the second heat, and was it close in the second heat, or did you drive away?
It was actually the third heat I won. I got third in the second heat. The heat that I won, it was really close. Ryan Kinnear, the national number 2 plate, was right on my bumper within thousandths of beating me. It was that close. And him and Jordan Mutzer, they're always there at the top in that class, S4 class. So you can always count on them being right on your bumper no matter where you are in the top 5. They're right there.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. So where does this, what's up for Terry Lawrence now in 2018? Are you going to, as Brian said, man, we need to make a better charge at this thing or do some more racing, or where you at?
That's to be determined. We're still discussing some things and seeing what series we want to pursue and go from there.
Will you be running the BK?
Yes. Yes, I will.
You are? Well, what?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Who's
playing with tire prep and going left.
Well, who you driving for? Or did you get a cart?
Myself.
You got a cart?
Myself. Yeah, it's the same cart that I drove for Kevin White last year.
Okay. So you got that 250 then, right?
That one's a 450. The 250 was one of Chase's old carts.
Okay. So you're going to be rolling a 450.
Something like that.
Dude.
See if I can handle it.
Oh, you can handle it. You can handle it. Well, you just got to be careful and not touch your brother,
Yeah, if I can catch him, he's been really quick in that thing wherever he goes.
You bet he has. I mean, he was there at the Nationals, man. I mean, he definitely. And it was one of those silent ones. You didn't even, the next thing you know, you just go, man, there's Lawrence, man. He's right there.
Yeah, that was a different event for us, kind of how it went early on, and then just what happened from qualifying after shocked us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Qualifying as well as he did with such little track time and little issues going on in practice, and then qualifying like that and doing so well in the main, it was really awesome to see him do that good after struggling at some other events the last couple of years, especially at BK.
Right. Well, he was right there at BK this year too. So, he's definitely got to be one of the favorites. But you never know. I mean, you could come out of nowhere and go win the thing.
Yeah, that might be a long shot there if I got a shot at winning BK.
Well, hey, let's just say, was it a long shot to go down there and think that you were going to run third at the Supernats?
Yeah, anything's possible. You never know.
Absolutely, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm tickled for you, bro. I mean, it just shows the testament of what kind of wheel that you really are. I mean, you can jump in anything, and within just a little bit, get it pretty much figured out. So, man, congratulations on that. That's a huge accomplishment what you did. I mean, huge.
Thank you. I appreciate all the comments and compliments that everybody's made, including yourself, and it was definitely awesome to do that.
Yeah, man. And thanks for supporting the show. I know it's been hard for you to get on because I wanted to have you on before, but I appreciate you taking the time and man, I look forward to seeing you at the BK.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be there. That's coming up real soon.
Yeah, man. So keep in touch, man. Keep us posted as what's going on, and I'll promote you all I can. You know that.
Are you guys coming over this
okay,
next
definitely
weekend?
Will do.
Are you guys coming over? Will you guys be coming over before the BK to run anything, or what?
I personally won't be. I know my brother plans on it. I actually head over to the Middle East December 30th to Dubai for a desert race in UTVs.
Wow, you're kidding. I know you sent me the picture of that ticket, but
kind of changing gears, and I'm into that side-by-side stuff as well, and whole different world from karting, and it's pretty awesome that I got an opportunity to go over there to the Middle East and Dubai and go race one of these.
Well, dude, send me some pictures so I can post it up on my page and stuff when you get time. Will you do that?
Yeah, definitely will do.
Okay, man. Well, thanks for taking the time, TL, and I look forward to seeing you after the first of the year for sure, brother.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay, Terry. Thanks. You too, man. Bye-bye. All right, Terry Lawrence. He is, if I didn't know her better, he is a understandable Garrett Evans. You notice that?
Yep.
He's a stud.
He sounds just like Garrett, only
he's methodical.
Yeah.
And what he's got to say. And
he's I'm going to tell you, he's a hell of a wheel.
He's a shoe. Yes,
you can't go down there to that caliber of stuff. And, he hadn't even been, to be putting that car together there, that just blows me away. I thought that thing was already together and whatnot. So that's just a testament of how good Terry Lawrence really is. And he jumps in a lot of stuff sight unseen.
Well, when you're talking about putting stuff together, Renee said her third cart isn't even done yet. Shane's going to go pick it up next week and hopefully run it in Salem.
Bradley Shaw says, hey, I'm on the list after you called me out. No, we weren't calling you out, Shaw. You know we love you. We just want to make sure you're down there. And now, hopefully you've got a laundry list. I put a post on Bradley's page to make sure that everybody understood that, we want those Monroe guys down there. They made a class just for them. And of course, Bradley Shaw has driven a ton of stuff more than just go-karts. So, I'm looking forward to having them all down. I hope they come down here in a couple weeks and run. I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to see a huge turnout. I think it'd be great for Salem, and I don't know. You're looking forward running against Shaw, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I've already talked to my engine builder, and I'll be taking one of my plants down there to get it revved up.
Nice.
12 guys with verbal commitments for the BK.
Nice.
I love it. That's super cool. Define Monroe guys. Well, that wouldn't be you, Ronnie.
They're not Salem guys, so they're Monroe guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, just the guys that mostly we're talking about the KT guys here. Unless are you running KT?
Well, even their pro open class could run in the Sportsman down there.
Oh, they could.
Yeah.
So the Stegosaurus could run at Salem?
Yeah, he did run it last year, I believe. So.
Ah. Damn it, Lippy. I'm gonna miss week 1 of open KTs.
You are?
What?
I'm not.
How are you missing it? You can't miss it.
He's not going to be there.
What do you mean he's not going to be there?
Probably going to a Blazers game or something.
Yeah, Blazer game.
Jail Blazers.
Jail Blazers. I love it. Well, hey, we're about out of time. We got about 2 minutes left. Lots of stuff coming up this weekend. Another 2-day show at Salem, so make sure you're there for that. They're gonna have they'll have the dwarfs there Saturday, Sunday. They'll have the cage carts. I don't know. They have the micros and all that cool stuff too on Saturday night. So should be interesting to see down there. I'm gonna be there. Yours truly will be there on Sunday calling the show, but I will be down this weekend to hang out on Friday and
that's a good enough reason to miss it.
Yeah, Bailey Jean's 16th birthday, boys. Watch out. She gets her license.
Sidewalks aren't safe now.
Scott Keeney will be there on the 16th. That's good news. So, yeah, lots of good stuff coming up. Boy, Lip, what else we got?
Pretty much, that's it.
Yeah, don't forget Holiday Classic coming up, BK coming up.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a couple events left. We got the 16th and the 30th of this year. And then 2018, there'll be one more before the BK, and that'll be on the 20th. So there's only like 3 races left to get out. Are you a little nervous?
I'm not nervous. I am ready. I got my cart ready. Rusty and I will be down there Friday night to do practice and ready to race on Saturday.
Super cool. That sounds awesome. But I'll look forward to seeing everybody there. Monroe this Sunday. And I'll be down Salem on this weekend. And I would love to call a Monroe show. I don't know. Do they have an announcer up there, Ronnie, or do they? I'd like to go call one of them. So let me know if that's something you can. If you got some pull up there, maybe Shaw does. I don't know, but I can't do it this Sunday, but I'd love to get up there and do that. And all of us need to go up and make a trip up there. That'd be kind of cool. Get some.
Still haven't been there.
Yep, we need to get up there and do that. So anyway, you guys, appreciate the support, and we are looking forward to getting things rolling. So, we're going to be back next week. Lots of cool stuff going on. Again, this weekend, Cage Carts, another 2-day show. So come on down and hang out if you're not doing anything. Lippy's picking up the drill before he steps on it again. Loader, what else is... Are you going to be able to make the BK?
Yeah, I'll be at the BK.
Cool. Now, will you make any before then?
It just depends.
Depends on the Nias. Yep.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to get you down in the booth. That'd be pretty cool. So, but yeah, we'll post those emails up on Facebook. So if you got people, spread the word so we can get those results in here and get all the news and updates that you guys got going on at these different tracks. We'd sure appreciate that. And man, Jeffrey, if somebody's on the bottom,
you gotta go to the high side.
Gotta go to the high side. We'll see you next week, everybody. We love you. Good luck this weekend, wherever you're racing. grab another one?